Well, we know Angel Reese has definitely been in the headlines, man, after erupting in a press conference, pretty much swearing at reporters. And I'm here to tell you today is another day of the Angel Reese drama because she has simply smacked the clipboard out of an assistant coach's hands. Yes, now all of this went down during the Washington missed this game. This happened on national television.
The Chicago Sky are making noise again, but it's not because of a clutch shot or a highlight moment. This time, the spotlight is on off-court drama, with Angel Reese right at the center of it. She's stacking up recognition, like landing on the NBA 2K26 cover, but seeming to overlook that true leadership can't just be edited into existence. Her behavior has now put first-year head coach Tyler Marsh under serious pressure, forcing him into a tough decision: enforce discipline or risk letting things spiral. One misstep here, and his debut season on the sidelines could quickly become a warning story about what happens when star appeal is mistaken for real team unity.
By the way, the referees blew every whistle. Like, I'm not joking. There was one play where Angel Reese dribbled backwards. She backed into Aaliyah Edwards and tripped over her own feet and got free throws. The free throws that led to this happening were unbelievably soft. That led to Angel Reese breaking a coach's clipboard, walking over and slapping a coach's clipboard. And by the way, if this was Caitlin Clark, you just know they'd be calling out her anger.
On July 8th, 2025, during the closing seconds of a tense 81-79 defeat against the Washington Mystics, Angel Reese made a move that left everyone, from fans to team executives, stunned. With just 29.9 seconds remaining and the score locked at 77-77, Reese abruptly walked off the court and knocked a clipboard out of the hands of N. Crosby, the team's VP of basketball operations and strength and conditioning. This wasn't just a moment of frustration. It was a full-blown outburst unfolding live for everyone to see.
A lot of people are picking up on is when she is walking over to the bench and she slaps the clipboard out of her coach's hand. And you guys, my honest reaction to this when I first saw it, I was just laughing. It's kind of like the reaction that you're seeing from me right here. I wouldn't look into this too hard. I know it's already become controversial because they're like, oh, if another player did this, there would be think pieces written about it. And
this wasn't some accidental bump or a split-second lapse in the heat of the moment. This came off as deliberate, an act of clear disrespect playing out live for everyone watching. Angel Reese, fresh off the spotlight of being named an NBA 2K26 cover athlete, a recognition tied to leadership and elite status, couldn't keep her composure when it mattered most. In the most critical stretch of the game, emotions took over, judgment disappeared, and professionalism was left sitting on the sidelines where she should have been.
Are you okay? Are you okay, Barbie? The emotional decline continues for Angel Reese. The temper tantrums, the complete loss of emotional control continues for the Bayou Barbie, as well as the Chi-Town Barbie and Double Barbie, and whatever other alias that Angel Reese has decided to give her.
But here's where it gets even more concerning. This isn't just a one-off incident. This is part of a much bigger pattern. Angel Reese hasn't just had a single lapse. She's been at the center of tension all season long. From stirring up headlines to taking jabs both on and off the court, the focus keeps shifting back to her instead of the team. At this point, it's no coincidence. The trend is obvious. Controversy seems to trail her everywhere, like a shadow she can't, or won't, leave behind.
It was wild, all right? It was wild. I mean, tempers were flying. This was an all-out rivalry, man. All right? I mean, even Angel Reese was pissed at this moment. Look at this. Pissed. All right? Pissed. This was close to the end of the game. 29 seconds left. Game tied. Game on the line. And I think she was called for it.
Remember all those constant social media shots aimed at Caitlin Clark? The repeated complaints about officiating? And that ongoing victim narrative that Angel Reese keeps leaning into all season? This clipboard incident doesn't stand alone. It feels like just the latest chapter in what's quickly turning into the Angel Reese show. And let's be real, this isn't how championship caliber teams operate. After the incident, Reese jumped on social media with what felt like a weak explanation, basically saying, "They were pissing me off." She tried to frame it as a heat-of-the-moment reaction, but there was no real accountability, no genuine sense of regret. At this stage, her posts are starting to come off more like scripted excuses, and fans are definitely picking up on that. If you're enjoying this, make sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel. Now shift the focus to Tyler Marsh, because he's stuck in a tough spot. A first-year head coach stepping into Chicago with a strong resume, having won at multiple levels across both the NBA and WNBA. He's learned under elite names like Nick Nurse, Rick Carlisle, and Becky Hammon. He's built a reputation for discipline, player development, and creating winning cultures, but none of that matters if he can't maintain control of his locker room. And right now, seeing Reese knock a clipboard out of a staff member's hands without immediate consequences sends a troubling message. It's starting to look like the players are calling the shots, and that's a dangerous path for any team trying to win.
Angel always talks about being willing to do whatever dirty work is necessary. Did you see that today? Did you see a performance that, in terms of the timeliness and the types of plays that she made, it went beyond the stat sheet?
Yeah, I think that's who Angel is in the best way. I think that that's what her skill set allows her to be. That we shouldn't just look at her as a rebounder or just as a scorer. There's so many different things that she can do on a court that helps a team win. And even though shots weren't falling for her tonight, she had 5 assists. She had huge rebounds down the stretch. And that's the kind of versatility that we see in her, and she's embraced it so far.
Tyler Marsh wasn't brought in by the Chicago Sky just to draw up plays. He was hired for his reputation as a culture builder, someone who creates teams grounded in trust and accountability. General Manager Jeff Pagliacca highlighted those exact qualities when bringing him in: his ability to develop players individually, his sharp basketball mind, and his calm, steady leadership approach. But staying calm and composed only matters if it leads to real discipline when the moment demands it. This right here? This is Marsh's first true test as a head coach. Not designing plays, not managing rotations, not even developing talent. Those are the straightforward parts of the job. The real challenge comes when your biggest name, the player expected to lead, loses control on the national stage and puts the entire team's culture into question.
So Angel Reese, the most toxic player in all of basketball, is out here slapping clipboards out of her coaching staff's hand because she's so mad her team committed a foul in the crunch after she shot 15 free throws this game. This is the lowest of the low disrespect that you can show to your coaching staff. She trying to get y'all locked in, worried about the next play, and you so toxic with your terrible, awful attitude that you slap the clipboard out of her.
After the clipboard incident, Tyler Marsh took no immediate action, no timeout, no benching, despite Angel Reese finishing with 22 points and 15 rebounds. While her performance stood out, her lack of professionalism stole the spotlight. This moment exposed a deeper issue: a team preaching accountability, but failing to enforce it. Reese later brushed it off on social media as frustration, offering little real ownership, while continuing a season-long pattern of controversy, from jabs at Caitlin Clark to constant complaints. Meanwhile, the Chicago Sky are struggling, and the bigger concern is identity. When star power overrides discipline and leadership goes unchecked, it stops looking like a team and starts looking like chaos. Marsh now faces his defining moment, not as a tactician, but as a leader. Because championship cultures aren't built on talent alone, they're built on accountability, and right now, that standard is missing.